So yeah, guys, I would say take it away. Really, just to sort of level set my expectations, it's great to have a full demonstration of your current capabilities, UI, UX. The main question mark from the evidence submitted so far is to what extent is the clickable prototype complete, right? So I saw from your initial video up until when you submit a travel grant request. And then I've seen, the video of the smart contract demonstration. You've shown a folder of design PNGs, but what wasn't clear, I think, from that is how that's then being integrated and implemented into the clickable prototype, right?
All right, just for clarity before I hand over to Randy. So we've not yet integrated the smart contracts with the front end.
Yeah.
Just to be clear.
Got it.
Right.
Yeah, I understood that. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's almost like you're trying to get to the point where you've got the clickable working prototype. Essentially, it's a design flow that people are able to use. It's maybe or not being able to use in full capabilities, but they're able to get a general sense of the approach. And then I assume that part of your next stage of development will be to bolt these capabilities together, right?
Correct. What we promised from proposal to when we did like the proof of achievements was, well, obviously we gave the outputs, but the idea was to present the elements and then show a roadmap to, how do we get to a final product that we can actually go to market with, so to speak.
Yeah.
So we've done the bulk of the work, but obviously there's still a lot of polishing to do. And then both from when we do go to community, right? The idea is to restrict capabilities. So at the smart contract level, we can upgrade the DAO, we can change things at like a protocol level, but that's not the intention when we just launch. We want people to focus on the core functionality of what it is that we're trying to release, to demonstrate interest in travel applications from both a Web3 standpoint initially, and then to progress to where we're hoping to go, which is actually selling membership passes to the wider public. So we are going to focus firstly on the travel, submitting a travel request, voting on same, and then allowing the smart contract to do its work, where portions of the funds are dispersed directly to the wallet and the other amounts to the travel agent. But I don't want to waffle on too long. Randy, take it away, man.
Over to you guys, please. Thank you.
All right. Thanks. So I don't have my AirPods. I do have them, but they're dead. I hope you guys can hear me.
Yeah, we can hear you, Randy.
Awesome. So basically, what we've built thus far, we've mostly focused on the smart contract, but on the front end, we focus on design and building out the clickable demo, building through the clickable demo, so that someone could actually get a feel of how this thing will operate. Now, if you look on the homepage here, it has the normal headers, nav bars, stuff like that, and call to action button. Now, what happens if you click join the club? It takes you to a third-party site where you'll be able to purchase our NFTs, and you'll be able to purchase different things like our NFTs merch if we have those launched, and you'll also be able to purchase things like our tokens. So I'm just going to click on that because it just takes you to a third-party site right now, and we don't have any NFTs published, but what we're using is JPEG Store, and it brings you there.
One small interjection, Randy, just so that maybe people watching can see the vision. The idea is when it clicks through to JPEG Store, it would be our own personal profile on JPEG Store, and the funnel in terms of the copy that you see when you just enter our page on JPEG Store or profile, it would speak to what the user needs to do: buy the NFT to join the club. So just to give it color. Back to you, Randy.
Awesome, thanks. And if we were to look at the screen here, we'll see where we have a connect this card button and connect wallet button, call to action button there, where it's a requirement for you to be a part of the club. And how we'll know that you're a part of the club is by connecting your wallet. And for you to submit travel requests, we have to know if you're a part of the community and this card, or we have to know who is submitting the travel request. So by clicking on connecting this card here, you'll be able to like connect your discard to our app. You'll be able to authorize us, and by authorizing us, we'll now be able to populate this button with your name. You won't be able to click on it again, but your name will basically follow you around the site. Your user profile will basically follow you around the site. And if you scroll down, you will basically see our ads, just some pretty little ads describing what the site is about and how to get through the site, how to participate in the network, stuff like that. Explainer videos for a white paper. If you were to click to it will open up a new tab, bring it to our white paper so that you can read our white paper for yourself. It will also bring it to the explainer video, the one that Jamie submitted to the family. Sorry about that. It will bring you there. It will keep prompting you to connect your wallet so that we have a feel of where your wallet. It tells you about our partners, and it also tells you how to get started submitting a travel request. And then there are some nice footer down here. If you notice, this connect this card button is still following you around, so your username is following you around the site. The other thing that you might want to do is you might want to get some questions answered. So I mean, this refresh, so we don't have authority again to like show your username. And that's one of the things that we want to do on our backend. We want to build a backend so that we get tokens to feed to the front end with your Discord username and password. Not password, your Discord username and other information. So basically, there's just some copy text placeholder right now in here. We're still working on our FAQs, but basically you'll be able to read what we are doing here. You'll be able to like get access to our resources, the Constitution, the Canvas, the explainer video again. We keep sending you to that. We'll add more resources as time goes by, and we'll also be able to get a feel of what the travel benefits are. If you were to click on get started, it will take you to submit travel request page here. And basically, we'll just be collecting small amount of information from you. In order to submit a travel request, I'm clicking now. For you to submit a travel request, as I said before, we need a Discord username, and we need for you to connect your wallet. So let's try connecting to Discord again. Authorize that. All right, so it brought me back to the home page, which is a problem. So we'll fix that soon enough. Let's go back to the travel request. Get started. All right. So now we still can't submit any travel requests. I'm clicking here. We still need you to connect your wallet. So I'm going to connect my wallet. I've already connected my wallet a few times, so I'm getting a pop-up here. I need to remove one of these. That's actually a bug in the system right now. Now for the email, I'll just add some details. Let's say I'm going to be RB at Yard Labs. This is a drop down right now. It shouldn't be. We'll allow free text for you to type in where your destination is, because we can't possibly get all the destination unless we're going to use an API, or all the places in the world, unless we're going to use an API. But for now, this is just a drop down. Let's say I'm traveling from Guyana and I want to go to Mumbai. Where are you from, Chris?
Originally Sydney, but I live near London.
I want to go to Sydney then.
Oh, cool.
Let's see how that spell. That's Sydeney. All right. So I'm going to enter my. We don't have validation going on the form currently in regards to validating the user numbers and stuff like that, which are easier to put in. So I'm going to just put some numbers here. We're working on backend. Now I'm going to select a date. Let's see. I want to travel from the 23rd to I want to come spend a few days in Sydney. Look for acres. Let's find a video URL. One of the things that we want to do, we want to limit where the video URL, the video is coming from. Could be Loom, maybe YouTube, or maybe some other famous platform that's popular. Because one of the things that we want to do here is for user experience, we want to be able to populate the site over here with video, maybe the video that they put in the link here, and show it so that they can see what video they actually placed there as a user experience. So let's go to YouTube. That's the most famous one. Let's not use com. Let's use IO slash myvid. That feature isn't built yet, so let's see. So I have all the information filled out. So I'm leaving Guyana. I'm actually in Jamaica. So it's Jamaica. So I'm leaving Jamaica. Phone number filled out there. Obviously, we're not really collecting the phone number per se to collect the phone number to like follow up. The reason to collect the phone number is so that travel agent may reach out to the person who submitted the travel request. And yeah, that's basically why we're collecting these information. So now I'm able to submit a travel request. You can see based on the change of, and the wording should have disappeared down here because I connected my Discord and I connected my wallet. So now if I were to click submit travel request, it will, right now the travel request is submitted. So if I was to go to the voting page, I should see my travel request there. So my username, Randy1 Borrow. I'm not restricting for the purpose of this preview. I'm not restricting whether or not I can also submit a travel request and submit a vote on my own travel request right now. But for the purpose of this, I'm just submitting the travel request and just being able to like vote here. So if I was to click this vote button or this downvote button here, what would happen is that basically a pop-up with the Flint connection for me to sign the message and submit it would pop up. And so I'm going to do that right now. Obviously, you won't see the pop-up because I'm only sharing this screen, but I'm just going to click it and the pop-up is there. So what I'll do is I'll unshare, stop sharing, and show the pop-up.
Yeah, no worries.
A window. Let's see. Flint. Here we go. Now, Flint will ask me to like sign the data by entering my password and stuff like that. So I'll just get my password from a password manager right now because I don't remember it. I don't remember. So I get my password here and I'll do this. I'll submit it. And then I'll stop sharing automatically. Then I'll share back the window that I'm coming from. Yeah, here we go. Boom, 1 vote. Now I'm currently restricting. Let me see if I can find back this window. Give me a second. Here, where is it? I guess Flint is about it. Yeah, I'm currently restricting how much vote I can submit. So if I was to click this, no matter how many times, I won't be able to vote again. But if I haven't voted on these, I'll be able to like vote on them right now. So I can down vote, I can up vote. If I was to down vote, you'll see this populated, but you won't see this move because each down vote doesn't really move the meter. What we're looking for is the amount of vote you need that is required to actually reach the travel request to disperse the funds. So if your travel request is approved, this will be filled like right out to the end. But if there's, for example, I'm looking at this right now and I'm seeing that there's 100 votes here, but this is far ahead versus this, which have 130 votes because RB wants to go to the Bali from the 31st of the 4th to the 31st of the 5th, and nobody seems to want to send him there. So he has the meter isn't really filled yet. And yeah, basically that's where we are right now in regards to the travel request. I'm going to like upvote here again, try to help him to move his meter. Let's see. Let me get my password again. I really don't remember. I really don't know it. Let me copy that. Let me go back to Flint. Let me drop the password in here and confirm and give him a vote. So, well, 131 votes, and his meter should have moved a little. And yeah, basically that's our presentation. Everything is basically centered around getting the community to vote on requests and other, mostly travel requests, but also there will be some other requests, such as requests to like upgrade the DAO, or requests to do other things within the DAO, or fund certain other details, certain other requests in the DAO. So that will be some of the things that will be the requests that will be there later on. But for now, it's focused on submitting travel requests, voting on travel requests, and dispersing funds.
Right. Yeah, I really appreciate that, Randy, and thanks, Jamie, as well for for taking me through such a comprehensive demo. Actually, in all fairness, I was sort of expecting you just to be walking me through some Figma files or something like that. Actually, it looks like you've developed quite a fair amount of this already, right? So it's not just a clickable demo, which I would is just a wireframe prototype. It's an actual basic technology prototype. You've got the wallet connect. You're actually able to sign transactions. To some extent, that was more than what I was expecting. So congratulations, well done, guys. I just wanted to sort of double click on a couple of other points, if that's all right. Not about the use case. I think it's fascinating and a really interesting way of being able to motivate community. You know, why not appeal to things that people aspire to, going on holiday, places they haven't been before. It's really interesting. I do remember a project on Ethereum from a few years ago called Travala, if I remember rightly. It probably will worth your while looking into that. Just to get some ideas. I don't even know whether they're still existing now, or whether they're still up and running, but they certainly were around 3 or 4 years ago for sure. So I did see, like, in the design folder that you gave me, Jamie, and that there was like a leaderboard, and I wondered whether like you guys could just talk me through that. And you know, I appreciate that maybe it's not a page that's live on the site already, or maybe there's sort of capabilities that the designs, the design PNGs that you showed me that aren't in there. But maybe you can just talk me through, say, from that that folder that I got, and that folder that you sent me is this one. I'm just going to share in the chat. What's still to be implemented, and like how does the leaderboard work, and how does the stake page work? If you could just, I'd just be quite keen to understand a bit more about what your plans are for that, and what the status is and stuff.
Sure, man. So, just to give everybody a little bit more context too. So in the contracts that you guys would have seen, towards the bottom, there's actually a website brief and a working file where we outline in terms of the different phases that we want to take the project. So phase one, the leaderboard and the staking page, they don't come into play yet. I believe that's phase 3, I believe we had it as. But the thing is, we had the designer working, so we said we might as well start working or playing around with designs, right? But again, the main idea was to focus on, submitting, travel requests and then votes. But still, because you asked, to give you guys color, we want to encourage activity in the DAO, right? Couple of the design choices, why we went with relative majority, because when we did, our initial research on DAOs and participation, we know that, founders spent like a long time trying to whip people to get like votes to get the DAO active. We didn't necessarily want to do that. So we went the rule of a relative majority vote. So it doesn't take that many to get action done. But we are, being mindful of, obviously the trade-offs. We said, okay, if the DAO wants to change to a simple majority or, maybe a quorum, who knows what the community would want at a certain point, that the DAO can be upgraded to facilitate those kinds of requests. Now, should that be the design choice, should we move to simple majority, obviously you might need to start, encouraging people to participate. So one of the ways, predicting that might be a possible outcome, we said, okay, you can earn EXP points for participation. So if you vote, that gives you points. If you're active in the Discord, that gives you points. Even if you submit a travel request, that gives you points. So the idea of the leaderboard is just for a playfully sustainable way of encouraging participation in the DAO. Now, to take it a step further, because obviously, people like tokens, we thought to ourselves, okay, all right, how can we develop a use case for those tokens where it's, in our opinion, both useful as well as, acts as its classic incentive or game theory play to encourage people to really get going and participate. So the leaderboard correlates to, in some sense, in tandem with staking your NFT, your membership pass. When two things combine, you can redeem your points for tokens. And then, just so that it's not just tokens for token's sake, we actually give utilitarian value within the ecosystem. So the utility behind is actually a very interesting design. We're actually very proud of it too. It's weighted voting. So meaning your fungible token will add as a multiplier to governance. So it's something that like we're currently still like messing around, and we did some like basic designs for it already in terms of actual functionality, in terms of actually bringing that idea to life. So it will have its purpose. It will act as like a booster to governance, as well as what you can use to pay for things within the ecosystem. So let's say we decide to, okay, in collaboration with artists, do some travel related theme art pieces. If you want, you can trade your tokens for them, that kind of a thing. So yeah, I hope that answers both your questions, leaderboard and tokens. No, stake, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, I really appreciate that. That's a good comprehensive overview of where some of the next steps were and development efforts are going to be going. Guys, I really appreciate the demonstration. You satisfied my questions. I will share this recording with the community reviewers that were just doing the proof of achievement reviews. But as far as I'm concerned, I can consider this. I certainly consider your project complete. I'll make the reference in your statement of milestones. We'll ask for the community reviewers just to give their input. but I don't imagine that this is going to get held up any further. Okay.
Awesome, man. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks. Happy to come and do the presentation anytime.
Yeah, it'll be cool to have you guys on town hall at some point, I'm sure. So I would also encourage you to think about maybe running an after town hall session as well, where you can encourage people to get involved, or start kicking the tires on the site and helping to bug test or anything else that you might be needing with.
Yeah, that's the plan. We want to, from our end, we want to polish the front end a bit more, integrate the smart contracts, and then we want to go to the community and start building in public, so to speak, at that point. We want to feel comfortable that we had enough to, because you know how it is, like, one, the concept is grandiose, so it's more believable or more palatable if, like, you actually present something. Like, it's not just, so that's just for context in terms of how we see things, But we into building publicly, and we do want to do a town hall. We actually tried to, but it didn't work out.
That's all right. I mean, listen, there's three things in life that you can count on, hopefully: death, taxes, and town hall, right?
Very true.
But we'd be happy to have you on, I'm sure. And I mean, as I said, I was just expecting on the design front for you to show me, maybe any concepts that you've got, like, literally in design. But I'm pleasantly surprised to see that actually the travel request and then voting capabilities are running pretty much, right?
We made a decision to bypass building the clickable demo in Figma, because we actually want to launch the site. So we decided, okay, we already know the functionality. We already know what we want, how we want to click through and stuff. We just want to know how it should look in terms of design, how it should look pretty, and have some user experience filled in. So we did that and just decided to go and start coding the front end.
Good stuff. Yeah, I like the initiative just to get it done, right? And sort of go above and beyond. So yeah, I appreciate that. I'm sure the community will do as well. And you guys are valued members of the community too. So yeah, just well done on a good job, a good effort. All right, we'll leave it there. I'll let you get back to your Fridays. Hopefully you've got some tipsy turtle activities planned for Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah, man. Coming soon, sir. Coming soon.
Right? And listen, just on the front of town, on the point of town hall, just whenever you're ready, let Danny know. Reach out to Danny, or just shoot us all a line on the Catalyst email address, and we'll get you booked in, I'm sure.
All right, man. Sure, man. Thanks for taking the time, Kriss.
You're welcome, guys.
Thanks. Have a great evening.
Yeah, you too. It's always nice to be able to have a proper interface and a discussion and a talk, and just see what it is that you guys have been up to. So I appreciate it as well. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, man. All right. Take care.
All right.
See you. Ciao. Bye.